A very warm good morning to everyone. Myself Kumar Ronak from Section D, and today I'm going to express my views on the topic of photolithography. So let's move to my first slide. So let's see what we are going to discuss in this session. Here is the table of content. These are the topics we are going to discuss in this session. Firstly, we will discuss regarding the introduction of photolithography and then definition. Then what are the principles involved in the process of photolithography. Then we'll move to the steps. What are the steps involved in the process of photolithography? And then we will talk regarding photoresist materials, which plays major role in the process of photolithography. Then we will discuss two steps. These are the major two steps involved in the process of photolithography. And then we will finally conclude our session. Okay, so let's move to my next slide. So let's discuss regarding the introduction of photolithography. The word photolithography is actually composed of two words, the word photo and lithography. And the word lithography is actually originated from a Greek word which is lithic and which means rock in general English. And the process of lithography is actually a printing of images with the help of ink and on a plain surface. Actually, with the help of ink we used to produce images, and we produce patterns on semiconductors crystals for use of integrated circuits in general physics. And photolithography is actually a type of lithography in which we etch a design by making a mold on a silicon wafer using UV light. UV light is a very main part in this photolithography process. So what's the definition of photolithography? So in photolithography, we use UV light as our major component, ultraviolet light for continuously producing patterns or images on that targeted flat surface. And it is actually a standard technique which is widely used these days in semiconductor industry as well as in nanotechnology for producing patterns on a nano scale. It relies on a principle of imaging a structure written in a lithographic mass onto a light sensitive resist. This light sensitive resist, we will discuss it later, and that has been previously deposited on a substrate. Here is the actual image of that photolithography process here, from this you can imagine how that process is done, and we explain this process step by step in our next slides. So let's move to our next slide. So what are the basic principles involved in the process of photolithography? So these are the whole process involved in the process of photolithography. All these principles are followed in this process, like firstly this and then this, in one by one. And these are the steps which has been followed in the process of photolithography. You can see in this images that how that process is gone through, and we discuss each briefly in our next slides. So let's move to our next slides, and we will see all these things one by one. So let's see what are the steps involved in the process of photolithography. So these are the four steps followed during the process of photolithography. First one is spin coating with photoresist, which I have just explained what that photoresist is. It is a kind of organic polymer which we dissolved in organic solvent, and further it gets removed from it, and give us a kind of pattern which we want to produce, and then exposure to be expose that pattern to radiation, that is UV light. And then we used to like develop those patterns. Etching process is used, and then striping. So all these processes, like we will discuss these two processes because these are the most important processes involved in the process of photolithography. So we will discuss it one by one. So let's move to our next slide. We will discuss spin coating with photoresist. Firstly, we will discuss regarding the photoresist materials. What are actually photoresist materials? So let's discuss regarding photoresist materials. Photoresist is an organic polymer which changes its chemical structure when exposed to sensitive radiation. It is a light sensitive polymer which when exposed to UV light it turns to a soluble material. That soluble material is exposed to that organic solvent, and which further give us patterns that we want to produce. And this material is actually used in the process of photolithography etching, that I have just said, that etching is that process from which we get that pattern that we want to produce. And one of the famous example of photoresist materials are DNQ, and this material is actually used in semiconductor industries for during the photolithography etching. And let's move to our next slide for discussing other processes as well. So let's discuss what is spin coating process. Spin coating is the simplest method for fabricating a film on a substrate. Thin resist layers for photolithography are coated with this technique. Thin layers are produced from this technique. The spin coating process starts with the dilution of the material to be deposited in a solvent. The solution is subsequently dispensed on the substrate surface. Spin coating is used to produce thin films of the desired material with high levels of process of control and repeatability. Okay. Exposure to radiation, one of the main processes of photolithography. In this process, we use lithography exposure tool. There is a glass mass which is fractionally covered with chrome to partial expose areas of that resist, photoresist, in which depending on the type of that photoresist, exposed areas are solubly or insolubly with a wet chemical developer. The solubly parts are removed so that a patterned resist layer remains. Okay, the exposure time is a very important value to achieve the correct dimension of the structures. So firstly, I have just mentioned, UV light is used in this process. So for producing those patterns, time actually plays an important role, as just it's mentioned. For producing patterns, for producing correct dimension, we have to be like time deficit. Presentation is over, and thank you for everything. Thank you, sir.